Back at it again, and Biden is in trouble, in major trouble. Trump is surging, absolutely surging, and we're going to be talking about that today. I've got some videos that I want you guys to check out, as well as some polls to go along with the actual video clip. So we got both today. Like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button if you are new. And man, is it getting ugly for Joe Biden too. Let's dive in.
Says liberals for Trump. I did not support Trump. When he was elected, I was horrified, and I thought that the world would become dangerous and he would run the country into the ground.
At what point did you realize, after being horrified, that this isn't exactly what they said it was going to be?
There was a documentary I saw about the 2016 election and the spying. That dawned on me, just as a person who believes in free speech and democracy, that outside of politics or partisanship, that is totally unacceptable and undemocratic. And if we're using the excuse of Trump that this behavior is justified, that democracy should be subverted, then there's a huge problem in this country. And to see people who were so emotionally riled by the figure of Trump to the point that they suspended their belief in democracy and a free and open society in order to remove him is so dangerous.
Whoa. Liberals for Trump? Yeah, it's getting pretty ugly. You got liberals for Trump. You also got blacks for Trump.
I got a lot of friends that are African American that are voting for Trump. They voted for him the first year too, actually. A lot of my friends, they feel like they didn't get much from Biden. They didn't get a lot of help, but then they felt like when Trump was in the office, I got a lot.
Didn't get anything from Biden, to be completely honest, right? Except for inflation and low or high crime, okay? An open border, right? We haven't really got a whole lot of anything from Biden that was good. I mean, the things that were good were low, and the things that are bad is just, high. I mean, there's a long list of bad things, and like this many good things, right? Because I'm sure there's something good that came from Biden, right? It's got to be something. But that list is like really, really low. Bad list is really, really high. Even amongst Biden voters, right? Things just aren't good.
Okay. Joe Biden, this is obviously El Paso, very Democratic.
Right.
Is there enthusiasm for Joe Biden out there from what you're sensing?
I don't think so.
And why do you think that is?
Just the way he's been running the country lately, but yeah.
Okay.
In a very Democratic area, is there any enthusiasm? No. Y'all remember when they were telling us Trump is unelectable nationally? They tried to pull that one over on us. My goodness. And you know what's even funnier is when, MSNBC or CNN or any of these leftist media platforms think that they have this amazing clip that they're about to get, and it actually turns out to be something completely different. It backfires right in their face. It's absolutely hilarious. Check it out.
Come on, let's just do it. Is this your first time doing drive-through voting? No. Not your first time? No. Rachel Maddow's worried I'm going to commandeer your car. I promise I'm not. What's your name?
Debbie.
Do you want to say what brought you out tonight?
To vote, of course.
For whom, Debbie?
Donald.
Really? Okay, Rachel, there's not enough time to have this conversation. Debbie, I'm going to let you go. If I need a ride, though, I might call you for a ride home later. Okay, thanks, Debbie. Take care. You never know what you're going to get at the drive-through vote.
But we know if Jacob Soboroff is there while people are driving by voting, we know exactly what we're going to get, which is exactly what you just proved.
Come on, let's just do it.
Yeah, we know exactly what we're going to get. Bunch of Trump voters. Did you guys notice how he was like, oh, Rachel, we don't have time to have this conversation here. Oh man, nope. Can't have that. No. Oh crap, we're live though. I can't. Cut the camera. Oh man, you gotta love it. Goodness gracious. But also, when you have mainstream media networks admitting to basically Joe Biden's defeat, you got major problems on your hands. Now, you guys just saw some clips, right? How many clips was that? 1, 2, 3, 4 different clips, right? Of regular Joe Schmoes like you and I talking, right? And I know some people may say, Rich, that's not an indication of where this is all going. That's not an indication of who's going to win the election. You just chose some clips on the internet to show us. That's all you did. They were just clips. Even though I've shown you guys lots of clips. I've shown you a whole lot of clips. I mean, there's plenty of videos where, there's more. I always use that line. There's more, right? I've got plenty of videos like that, okay? So I've got lots of clips, and I've got more, but we're going to save those for another video another time, okay? But not only do I have the clips, but I've also got some polls as well to kind of back things up a little bit. This one's from CNN. Check it out.
These latest poll numbers are not necessarily showing a lot of good news for the current president.
No, it's showing a similar story that we've been seeing over the course of the last year. He is losing ground with some key constituencies. Take a look on the screen here. You can see the New York Times poll there on the left compared to the 2020 exit polls. Now, one is a poll and one is voters coming out of the voting booth telling us what they did. But nonetheless, those under 30, Biden has a 12-point advantage in this poll. Well, it was twice that in the 2020 election. Among female voters, Biden is tied with Trump in this New York Times poll this weekend. He had a 15-point advantage. You see with black voters, he's got a 43-point advantage. That's substantial, except in the 2020 election, it was a 75-point advantage. And then if you look at non-white voters without a college degree, you see he's got a 6-point advantage over Trump, but that was a 46-point advantage in 2020. These weekend, he had a 15-point election. Let's
rewind this back a little bit. So, wow, look at that. 2020, under 30 plus 24. That's been cut in half. 2020 plus 15. That's dropped to tied. 2020 amongst black people, plus 75. Now he's only plus 43. So obviously not down into the teens or not tied, but a significant drop. Okay. Non-white, no college was plus 46 in 2020. He's only plus 6. That's a 30-point swing. 30 points. And then when you add on top of that the slim margin that Trump allegedly lost by, you've got this huge gap now. And I think that's why all of these different polls that have been coming out more recently, they all consistently have Trump on top. It's because of these major swings that you're seeing here. Because Trump didn't lose by a whole lot, okay? Allegedly, right? So when you have a 30-point swing in a race that was already close, anybody with half of a brain can add that one up. Now, just in case you didn't like that poll, here's one from MSNBC. Check it out.
So the numbers he's posting in general election polling against Biden right now are absolutely consistent with what he's got among Republicans in past elections. So again, if you're looking at the primaries and saying, boy, there's all evidence here of Republicans turning on Trump, unwilling to vote for Trump in the fall, you're not seeing it in the general election polling in these Trump numbers. And then you take a look at one final thing here. This is from the New York Times Siena poll. They looked at it this way. They asked respondents in their poll.
Before he continues on, yeah, And this is what I was saying before. I've said this in previous videos. Trump has a floor. Biden doesn't have a floor. Trump actually has a base. Biden doesn't really have a base, right? Biden has people that, for whatever reason, don't like Trump. That's it. He doesn't really have a base of individuals. Trump has a base. And so, yeah, like you said, you're not seeing Republicans, true Republicans, leave from Trump, but you are seeing Democrats leave from Biden. Big difference. Biden doesn't have a base. Trump does. Simple.
You're looking at the primaries and saying, boy, there's all evidence here of Republicans turning on Trump, unwilling to vote for Trump in the fall. You're not seeing it in the general election polling in these Trump numbers. And then you take a look at one final thing here. This is from the New York Times Siena poll. They looked at it this way. They asked respondents in their poll, who did you vote for in 2020, and are you still with that candidate now? 97% of folks who said they voted for Trump in 2020 say in this poll they're still with Trump, but only 85% of Joe Biden's 2020 voters say they're with him. So again, I think if you're the Trump campaign, you look at a finding like this and say, maybe there's some slack on the Republican side. They're probably thinking, but not a ton. And meanwhile, it's Biden who has the slack. And the reason Trump is leading in these polls right now over Biden, and their polls, they can change and they can be wrong, and all of the disclaimers we can put on it. But I think the Trump campaign would look at this and say they're picking off Biden voters right now more than Biden is picking off Trump voters.
Facts. And before, you know, and I wanted to show you guys those two polls specifically because I didn't want anybody saying, oh, well, you just used the Fox poll. It was a Fox News poll, so of course it was in favor of Trump and Republicans. No, that was from CNN and MSNBC, right? Now, once again, they're just polls. But I think polls in combination with video clips that I showed you guys before tell a story. And that story is Biden is a sinking ship and Trump is a raging freight train. That's the story that I think it tells. Y'all can let me know in the comment section what you think it says. But I think that's what it says. Trump is a freight train and Democrats have no way to stop it. I mean, it's that simple. And I mean, when you look at the situation, the circumstance that we're in, it's pretty obvious. I mean, look at the state of the economy. Okay, people on TV, oh, the economy is booming, it's great. Yeah, but we have an all-time high in credit card usage, in debt. Why is that? Why is that? You know, granted, listen, I'm not the biggest, you know, guy on the economy, right? I'm not the most knowledgeable on that, but when you have the mainstream media yelling and screaming, hey, the economy's good, the economy's great, but I'm still spending buku bucks in a grocery store and on everything across the board, my dollar doesn't stretch as far, it doesn't feel like the economy is booming. You start asking yourself questions like, is it really actually booming? You know, I'm just saying, once again, I am no professional on, you know, economy or anything like that, but it makes you wonder, are they lying? Are they trying to fix the numbers here? Like they did with us going into a recession, how they changed the definition. You guys remember that? They changed the definition of a recession. Funny how that works. But it's not surprising. I mean, across the board, when you look at everything is worse than what it was when Trump was in office. Everything. Across the board. You know, grocery prices, higher. Gas prices, higher. I mean, even if you want to look at something like car insurance, higher. Crime, higher. You got an open border where people are flooding across it in record numbers. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And so even just peace in the world, there's a lot less of that. We're on the brink of World War III potentially. So and it's funny how Democrats try to make a comeback against all of that. They say, oh, Trump is going to he's going to be this crazy guy and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, oh, crap, smack my mic. Sorry. I'm sure that was quite annoying. Trump's going to be this crazy guy. Well, I think you guys forgot he was already in office before, so we already know what it's like to have Trump in office. Oh, Trump's a threat to democracy. Oh, well, he wasn't a threat to democracy before, so all of a sudden he's going to be now. And second, we don't live in a democracy. We live in a constitutional republic. So why do you keep telling us we live in a democracy? But I digress. Yeah, y'all let me know your thoughts, your opinions on all of this in the comment section below. I think the Trump train is full steam ahead, and Biden is a sinking ship. But as always, like I said, y'all let me know your thoughts, your opinions in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.